Today we will take Lagrange mean value theorem. In previous lecture we studied Rolle's theorem, that is little bit generalization of Rolle's theorem. Now first we take the statement of Lagrange mean value theorem. If f of x is a function such that it is continuous on closed interval AB, differentiable on open interval AB, then again there exists at least one point C belongs to the interval AB such that its derivative means f dash of C is equal to f of B minus f of A divided by B minus A. Again this Rolle's theorem gives the relation between function f and its derivative. In exam we have to verify Lagrange mean value theorem. Such type of question may be asked. So we have to find at least one point C such that which satisfies conditions in Lagrange mean value theorem, means that is belong to the interval AB. Proof is very simple. First of all we have to construct new function, say capital F of x, and we have to define that function by using small f of x like this way. Capital F of x equal to f of x minus capital A x, where A is a constant. F of A equal to f of B. Again observe that if you take capital F of A, its value is f of A, small f of A minus capital A, small a. And if you take the value of capital F of B, that is f of B minus AB, this we obtain from this construction. So simplify this one, we get the value of capital A. So we get the value of constant. That constant value of A substitute again in this equation. We get capital F of x equal to like this. And in short, this capital F satisfies all conditions of Rolle's theorem. Capital F of x is continuous in closed interval AB, differentiable also on open interval AB, and here also observe that capital F of A equal to f of B. So we can apply the Rolle's theorem for capital F of x because all conditions are satisfied. So try to find C belong to the open interval AB. Capital F dash of C equal to 0. F dash of C, we know the value of, we know the f of x function, capital F of x, take the derivative, we get this one, and just replace x by C, we get left hand side. Simplify this one, we get f dash of C equal to f of B minus f of A whole divided by B minus A. So in this way we can obtain, by constructing function capital F of x on Rolle's theorem, we get proof of Lagrange mean value theorem. Now alternative form of Lagrange mean value theorem. If you replace B minus A by H and C we can take as a plus theta H, where theta lies between 0 to 1. Such type of substitution if we take, where C is there, A plus theta H we have to use, and instead of B we get A plus H is required. So in this way, so this is the alternative form of Lagrange mean value theorem that we have to use to prove the inequalities. Now geometrical interpretation of Lagrange mean value theorem. Let the graph of f of x is continuous from point capital A to capital B, depend on the interval small a to b. The curve have a tangent at all points between A to B, means it is differentiable, smooth, that's why it has tangents. So according to Lagrange mean value theorem, that says there must exist at least one point, say capital C, on the curve between A and B, such that the tangent at point capital C is parallel to the chord AB. Means we get guarantee from Lagrange mean value theorem, if it is continuous smooth curve depend on the interval AB for the function f of x, then on the curve there must be exist at least one tangent which is parallel to the line which is joining to the end points of the curve, say A and B. This is a geometrical interpretation. Note that C point need not be unique. From this curve we can easily say there are many tangents we can draw which are parallel to the chord AB. Now take the corollary. If f dash of x is strictly greater than 0, means derivative is always positive for all AB, then for all the points lies in AB, then we can talk about function f, and that is strictly increasing. This we have to prove. Let us prove. F of x satisfies the condition of Lagrange mean value theorem in closed interval AB. Let x1 x2 be any 2 points we take from the closed interval AB such that x1 is strictly less than x2. Apply the Lagrange mean value theorem to these points, we get f dash of c equal to right hand side. And what is we have given about the derivative always positive, means for f dash of c that is also positive, that is also strictly greater than 0. But what is value of f dash of c? That is nothing but this one, and this is positive means, and this denominator interval also positive because x2 always greater than x1. So from this we can say that f of x2 minus f of x1 is always positive, means it is strictly greater than 0. So in this way we get f of x2 is strictly greater than f of x1. x1 x2 are any 2 points, so we can conclude f is strictly increasing. Let us take problems on Lagrange mean value theorem. In university exam, always such type of question may be asked. Verified Lagrange mean value theorem for the function in some closed interval. We have given two things. One is function f of x, second is interval on which it is defined, and we have to verify. Means again we have to find the value of c, point C, such that it may be one or more point, but that point must be lies in the interval A to B, means here lies in the interval 0 to half. Let us start for the solution. So according to the statement of Lagrange mean value theorem, we have to show or prove two conditions satisfied by this function. Then and then this theorem will be verified. First condition is f should be continuous in a closed interval AB. So since it is polynomial, product of polynomial, so again continuous function, so it is continuous. First condition satisfied. Second is f is differentiable on open interval AB. So we can easily find the derivative of this function by using product rule, and this is differentiable on the open interval AB. Now we have to search the point C such that from we get f dash of C equal to f of half, means f of B equal to half is there, A equal to 0. And if we simplify this equation for C, we know f of x, that's why we can easily find f of half. We know f of x, we can also find f of 0 by replacing x by 0, here by replacing x by half, and just plugging the values of c in f dash of x function, we get left hand side of this, and right hand side we can easily know. And if we simplify this one after some simple calculation, we get c is equal to 1 minus square root of 336 whole divided by 24, and after simplifying, approximate value of c is 0.236, and that must be lies between 0 to half. We succeed to get the point c lies between this interval. In this way, Lagrange mean value theorem is verified. Next problem. Again, verified Lagrange mean value theorem for the function. We have given new function here, that is log x, and another interval is given, new interval, that is 1 comma e. We already know the value of e. E is irrational number and its value is like 2.71 dash dash dash, something like that. So again we have to find the point c such that would satisfy the f dash of c equal to dash dash dash, that equation, and that c point must be lies between 1 to 2.71 dash dash dash. It means it may be 2 also, it may be 1.5 also, but anyhow we have to find point c lies in this interval. So let us start for solution. As per conditions of Lagrange mean value theorem, first condition is satisfied easily because log x is always continuous function. We already studied in 11 and 12 standard, and with the help of graph also we can observe f of x is also continuous function. Second condition is f is differentiable on open interval 1 comma e. Here derivative exists and it is finite for all these points lies in this interval. Let us go for this equation, f dash of c equal to f of e minus f of a divided by e minus b. We already find f dash of x, so just replace plugging the values x by c. Here plugging the values x by e means f of b minus f of a. Instead of b, here e is there in this problem. Instead of a, 1 is there. Simplify this one, we get value of c, because 1 upon c equal to 1 upon e minus c, means c is equal to e minus 1. And simplify this one, we get c is equal to 1.271 like that, and that must be lies between this interval. In this way we verified Rolle's theorem. Now let us take new example. Rolle's theorem, mean value theorems we also studied. Now we are going to study the application of Lagrange mean value theorem. Application is we can prove the inequalities by using Lagrange mean value theorem. For example, if you want to prove this inequality, and we have given, just think x is real number that is greater than 0, and also second inequality. Here we have given two problems. Normally second problem we obtain from solution of second problem we obtain from first problem. So let us start for first problem. We do not have given here function f, and we also not given interval ab, but we have to construct function f of x by observing this inequality. If we choose this function as a small f of x function, and if we choose interval as a ab as a 0 comma x, means b equal to x, a equal to 0, and if we apply Lagrange mean value theorem on this, we get, by using alternative form of Lagrange mean value theorem, this equation, f of x equal to f of 0 plus x into f dash of theta x, where theta lies between 0 to 1. We get this term. and we have information about theta lies between 0 to 1. Multiply by x, we get this term. Adding 1 and taking reciprocal, again multiply by x, we get such type of inequalities. Why we are going or traveling from 0 less than theta less than 1 to x greater than x upon 1 plus theta x greater than x upon 1 plus theta x? Because we have to construct such a terms between two inequations, between two terms, means that terms is x upon 1 plus theta x, because we have information x upon 1 plus theta x having value log of 1 plus x. From this we just plugging the value, replace this thing by log of 1 plus x using this. So in this way we get the first inequality, solution of first problem given in the main problem. But in our main problem there are two sub problems are mentioned. We already gave the answer of first problem. Now let us go for second solution of second problem. Means second inequality we have to prove. Again take the reciprocal and separate the denominator, we get this one. Again we have to, on left hand side, just create 0, so we have to move this thing by adding minus 1 by x each and every term. That's why we have to add minus 1 by x. We get 1 greater than 1 upon log of 1 plus x minus 1 upon x greater than 0. And if you write neatly, that is nothing but the solution of second inequality. Let us go for third problem on inequality. Again we have given some inequality and x is positive. These only two things are we have given. We do not have given again f of x function and its interval ab, but we can choose the function f of x as a log of 1 plus x minus left hand side this. If we define this function in this way and apply Lagrange mean value theorem on the interval 0 to x, we get, so before that its derivative is also differentiable, so we can observe that from the derivative f dash of x equal to x square upon 1 plus x. Observe that since x is positive, f dash of x is positive. From this we can conclude by using corollary f of x is increasing function, means f of x is strictly greater than f of 0. What is value of f of x? Just as per defined in the function, we get this left hand side, and by plugging the values or replacing values of x by 0, we get f of 0 is 0. So in this way we get some part of inequality, means log of 1 plus x strictly greater than x minus x square by 2. Half part of the solution is over. Now again to prove this part, log of 1 plus x is log of bracket 1 plus x is less than x minus x square divided by 2 into bracket 1 plus x. Again we have to define another function, say capital F of x, difference between these two functions in this way. Again take the derivative, we can observe it is differentiable and its derivative is positive, so by using corollary f of x is strictly greater than f of 0. So from this just substitute value of f of x, this is this, and f of 0 is 0, and simplify this, we get equation 2. Using 1 and 2 we get total solution or total inequality of mentioned in the problem. Thank you.